Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Eureka Springs channel. I'm Melody Purdy, your host, and you're joining us for our wonderful little segment we have every Wednesday at 5 p.m., Eureka People Chat. And this is where we reach out to some of our wonderful neighbors and friends and businesses and organizations to feature them and talk about them and celebrate all the good things that they have going on at their organization. And tonight, I have a very special guest. I'm so thrilled that I get to do this. I've been wanting to talk with opera in the Ozarks for quite some time, and the opportunity came to me, and I took advantage of it. And so I would like to introduce to you at this time Miss Nancy Price, who is with the Opera in the Ozarks. You guys welcome her to the screen. Hi, Nancy.
Hi.
Thank you for doing this. I know that you are a big part of Opera in the Ozarks and an exciting season coming up for you guys. How old now? What year is Opera in the Ozarks in here for Eureka Springs?
This will be our 71st season.
Incredible.
We missed two. We missed one, of course, for the pandemic, and then we missed 1989 season.
Okay.
So we actually got started in 1950.
So tell people a little bit about what Opera in the Ozarks is all about for those that are not aware.
Well, we are in the midst of a transition. What we have done for the last 30 years or so is we are a training program for singers that are we're sort of the bridge between an academic career and a professional career. We give emerging artists a tremendous amount of stage time and coaching and the opportunity to sing in a fully costumed, fully staged production with an orchestra. And that's something that most of them that study voice in college, they don't get the chance to be on stage as much as they will here, and they don't get to sing with an orchestra in most places. So this is the next step to a professional career. We are in transition in that we are moving in the direction of becoming more of a year-round operation instead of just 8 weeks in the summer. And we see ourselves as being a regional center for lifelong music learning. So we'll be adding programs. We'll be adding events, things that activate the campus after the opera program. But the opera program will always remain our premier activity.
Well, that's very exciting. Just to see that you've evolved to this new level. How fantastic is that? I'm guessing this is just as a result of all of the success and support. I know you have a vast array of donors who make all this possible. So exciting. Congratulations.
Well, thank you. We've been working very hard. We did a strategic plan about 4 years ago, followed by a master plan for the campus. And we are working on rejuvenating some of our buildings. We've fixed a lot of safety issues over the last 7 years, but some of the things are unfixable. There's nothing I can do about ancient plumbing except start over.
That's sometimes the way it is, isn't it?
Yep.
And so the facilities there, they're evolving then as
Yes.
we speak then.
Over the next 10 years, it's going to look very different.
How exciting. How wonderful to have all of this right here in our backyard. It's amazing the talent that comes into Opera in the Ozarks. And I know that your official season starts out later, but you've got an upcoming event. I thought maybe it'd be a great chance for you guys to tell everybody about what's coming up this weekend even, right, Nancy?
Yeah, on Sunday, we will have, I think it's the 6th installment of our Alumni Recital series. This was an idea I got a couple of years ago that we should bring back people who have been at Opera in the Ozarks and have, let's see what they sound like now, see how they've developed. So we pair a fairly recent alumnus, someone from the last 10 years, with somebody that's been out of here more than 10 years. And it gives the young singer an opportunity to make a connection with somebody that's well established.
Mm-hmm.
Gives us the opportunity to hear people that we enjoyed when they were here as students. And it's an opportunity to explore some repertory that we never get to do during the opera season.
And so let's talk about that. I mean, that's coming up. Now, I understand it's going to be at the First United Methodist Church here
Correct.
in Eureka Springs, but I believe it is going to be filmed. So those that are not able to attend can watch it later, which is a
Yep.
great service. And so I know that there's a phone number to call if you'd like to purchase tickets for that. I did notice that on your site. Here's the phone number for if you'd like to purchase a ticket for this weekend to watch it virtually. There is a number to call for Opera in the Ozarks. Exciting that you guys are utilizing other facilities here in Eureka Springs. I'm excited you are doing that. But let's talk a little bit, Nancy, if you would, about the upcoming season and what can we expect and when does that begin?
Well, our season officially, our first opening night is June the 24th. But we will have some events on Sunday afternoons before that. On June the 5th, we'll have one of our board members, Don Dagenet, does a series of talks about opera. He's going to come from Kansas City and do a talk about Così fan tutte, which is one of our operas for this year. On June the 12th, one of our resident voice teachers for the summer, Catherine Cook, will give a recital. Catherine Cook is a big deal. She's sung at the Met. She's frequently sings at San Francisco Opera, and she's currently teaching at San Francisco Conservatory. I think her recital is going to be spectacular because she's really a wonderful singer. Yeah. And then on June, I believe the 26th, we'll be doing a special program for one of our big supporters that unfortunately died last fall. And we're going to do some kind of a special program for her. We don't have that all planned yet. I'm avoiding Father's Day, trying not to compete with that.
Yeah.
We open our season on June the 24th, and our first show will be La Rondine, written by Puccini. I like to think of La Rondine as being La Traviata light. It's the same story of the courtesan or the prostitute who tries to clean up her act, falls in love with the sweet little boy from the country, and they're madly in love. They go to an idyllic country setting, and then suddenly the parents get involved. In this case, his mother says, "Oh yes, it's okay to marry her if you love her," but she realized the female realizes that when word gets out that she's been a courtesan, his life will be ruined. So she has to leave him.
Wow.
It's heartbreaking.
What a story.
Oh, yeah. Opera's full of these.
Love on the Rock. I love your poster. Love on the Rocks.
Well, the third one that we're doing is a little night music, and that is Stephen Sondheim. It's particularly appropriate since he just died a few months ago. And that one is also about love affairs that just fall apart, in this case, because of poor timing. When she's ready, he's not available. When he's ready, she's too busy with her career. Or, there's another sub-story in which the characters think that they're having second thoughts about their marriage, but they end up deciding that, yes, we'll stay married. It's a great show with a lot of wonderful songs and wonderful music. This is the one that Send in the Clowns is from.
Okay. And I've always been curious about, the operas out there. Can people experience a translation, a screen, or anything like that for the words that are happening?
We use English translations projected above the stage on a small screen. We're even going to do that for a little night music, which is sung in English. And the slides will go very fast because there are so many words.
Yeah.
But, we figured it's pretty important because there is so much, it's hard to keep up unless you know right away. If you miss something, maybe you can read it. Right.
I see. I was looking back over the photographs you sent to me. I do see there above the where the people are performing there, the little the words up above. Yeah. That's fantastic. That really helps people really engage on a different level. Fantastic. I love that.
It's become very standard in opera houses to use super titles.
Yeah. And so there was one other, you gave me another image wanted to show here on screen, Pinocchio. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. This is our children's opera. Every year we do a production that is our family or our children's opera. And this is a traveling show. It will go out to, I believe we have 14 venues this year, including the Basin Spring Park.
Wow.
We'll be doing an outdoor performance. We'll be at Eureka Springs Library. We'll go to Berryville Library. We go into Washington and Benton counties. So we'll go to Bentonville and Springdale and Rogers, Fayetteville libraries.
How fun.
We
How
start the
fun.
season at the Botanical Garden of the Ozarks
Mm-hmm.
on the first Tuesday of June.
Okay.
And this is a production that is performed by our youngest singers, our studio artists. These are the people that generally have never had a leading role, and they will have leading roles in Pinocchio. They're the people with the least stage experience. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and we double cast everything, but they will move around in this show so that if they are a principal character in the one cast, they'll be chorus in the second cast.
Okay.
So everybody works on every one of these shows.
So how many people total then are going to be here as far as the artists for the season?
We'll have 37 singers. There'll be
Wow.
25 orchestra members, and there's about 25 faculty coming.
Good gracious. Wow.
Yeah,
And
we
y'all
got
got
house and feed 'em all.
you housing all those folks and feeding all those folks. It's an incredible task.
Well,
Wow.
feeding them, I was looking over the menus yesterday. We've hired a catering firm, and they sent us the menus, and I was thinking, oh, I'm getting hungry reading all this.
That's good. Good.
But I made comments, like it's too much pasta in this week, and
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
enough this. There
Oh
were not
wow.
enough vegetables.
Ah, well, there you go. Well, that's going to be
Okay,
fun for
it'll
everybody
all be
that's
worked out.
involved. I know you have a large group of volunteers that help pull all this off. It's a fantastic organization, and Opera of the Ozarks is one of our organizations here locally that just gives back in so many ways. And the fact that you have all of the traveling events coming up that's spreading out into the community at large, to the whole Northwest Arkansas corridor, how exciting for everyone
We're even
to
going up into
experience.
Missouri.
That's
We're going,
incredible. I
we're going
love
to
that.
Cassville. We go to a library up there.
It's incredible. So, one other question I had for you, Nancy. I've always been sort of curious. So, when you're an upcoming opera singer, how do people become involved with your organization? If you're starting out, is it an application process, or do you seek people out? How does one become involved as an artist at Opera of the Ozarks?
Well, every fall we send out an audition poster and letter to pretty much every school that does voice training. I've forgotten how many schools we send to, but it's 40 or 50 different universities and colleges. And we ask people to audition. This year and last year, all of the auditions were virtual. People had to send
I'll
in
bet.
a file. In the past, we've done live auditions. And at some point, I suspect we'll go back to live auditions. But you have to audition, and then our artistic director, Tom Cockrell, spends several weekends looking at auditions,
Mm-hmm.
audition tapes, and he has in mind what roles he needs to fill for the operas that we've chosen for the season. So he knows he needs so many tenors and so many baritones, and he needs a mezzo that can do something special.
Mm-hmm.
So he will go through those, and as he listens to people, he'll jot down, this person could do such and such a role.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then he generally will start casting seriously in late February or
Mm-hmm.
middle of February. But there's always a couple of roles that are hard to fill, that we have to go out and find people for. And that turns out to be, we contact faculty members at institutions that we're particularly close to
Mm-hmm.
and say, who have you got that could do such and such a role?
Wow. So almost as soon as one season ends, you've started on the other one,
Oh,
keeping
heavens,
it
yes.
going. Good gracious.
The
Wow.
last thing we do in July
Mm-hmm.
is announce what next season will be.
Yeah.
And we start immediately with figuring out what the theme will be and the graphics. And we
Yeah.
start auditioning very soon after.
Yeah.
It never ends.
It never ends. So, what are you most looking forward to this season, Nancy?
I love it when the kids arrive, the artists arrive. I shouldn't refer to them as kids, although they're considerably younger than I am. So. But it's so much fun when they come and they're all bubbling and excited. And some of them are a little bit scared.
Mm-hmm.
It's great fun to figure out the ones that are terrified and have no self-confidence and kind of give them a big boost.
Yeah.
Last
Yeah.
summer, we had a young lady that was actually a doctoral student at her university. And she was in a principal role and was very insecure. She just didn't think she was good enough. And I thought she was magnificent. I went up to her one night on the way to dinner and just said, "Oh, I'm so enjoying your performances." And it was like a light went on in her body. She got some positive feedback and some affirmation that she was doing the right thing. And I really think she's going to turn out to be something special.
Well, I think that says a testament to the whole organization, that you're, beginning, inspiring people and helping them get their start. And what an enriched experience to have all of this happen here in the Ozarks. People are drawn to Eureka Springs for many, many reasons, and I'm sure that each and every artist who has come thus far in the 70 plus years are walking billboards for Eureka Springs and the area, I am sure. I know you probably have heard many stories over the years of how the legs of the opera of the Ozarks has, infiltrated other areas of the country.
During the pandemic, we decided that one of the things we could do was contact alumni. And I had a committee of volunteers. Most of them are people from the Eureka Springs Opera Guild. They scoured the internet looking for connections, finding contact information. And then I have another volunteer who's one of our board members, who is, we call him I call him the Dick Cavett of the Ozarks. He's this wonderful, suave man who does a great interview. And we have about 70 some people that were our alumni that we have done 30-minute interviews with.
Oh, I can't wait to see those.
We recorded all of those. They're so cool.
Awesome.
Obviously, we started with people that have become very well known, like LaTanya Moore, who's a big deal, who sings at the Met and at Chicago Lyric, and she just did Butterfly at Dallas. And LaTanya is a superstar in the opera world, and she was here. And she's one of those that was really insecure when she came. My predecessor, Jim Swigert, talked her into staying when she was going to quit, and talked her into, you have every right to be here. You're going to be wonderful. And this is a major star in opera now, but we have a whole bunch of them that went through here that are major stars. That's exciting.
It's very exciting.
In the off season, I travel to go see opera, and I have a reason to go backstage. It's lots of fun.
I'm sure. It's good to be you. Well, Nancy, I just want to thank you for giving the information out to our audience today, and I can't wait to see all of the fresh faces and beautiful voices that will be coming to Eureka Springs and the area. And thank you for your work there and all of the other board members and volunteers, the whole village of opera in the Ozarks. And just want to say thank you all for the good works that you are doing. And we celebrate you. And happy anniversary. You're having a good time. So, all right. So folks that are watching, if you want to find out the full schedule of events, go to opera.org, which is the official website for Opera in the Ozarks. And you can find out more about the whole entire season and all the other appearances and little activities that are going on this particular year in 2022. Thank goodness we're past a little bit of that COVID scare. We're back to normal, and there's a lot to sing about and a lot to celebrate. So be sure and make your way to Eureka Springs to Opera in the Ozarks this season. Thank you, Nancy, and you have a wonderful, wonderful day. We'll see you probably this weekend at some of the activities that are going on this weekend.
Excellent.
For you guys.
I'll look for you.
Thanks for joining us, okay?
You're very welcome.
Thank you. All right, so Opera in the Ozarks, you guys look them up, check them out. They are a fantastic organization. I couldn't be more happy to feature them today and to talk about them and celebrate them. And that's what we're trying to do here at Eureka Springs Channel, is to celebrate the good people, the good places, and the good news. You can like and subscribe and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and on YouTube. We have segments on all our segments are on YouTube as well. Also, if you want to, we are giving away something this month. If you want to have us put your name in the hat, we are giving away a $20 Apple gift card this month. So all you have to do in order to enter is to put your name and or just comment below and just say, hey, I watched it, or hi, how y'all doing, or give a comment about Opera of the Ozarks. Just make a comment and we will put your name in the hat to be drawn at the end of May for that $20 Apple Music gift card. Thank you again for watching us, and we hope to see you again sometime soon. Hey, how about this weekend? Come on over and see Opera of the Ozarks. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye, guys.